My name is Bonnie. I'm going to take you today through a short session of balance and standing poses. And to start with, we'll come into mountain pose. Place your feet hips width apart with the sides of the feet parallel to each other. Let there be some ease in your ankles and your knees, but the spine is long with the shoulders away from the ears. The chin is just very slightly tucked back so that the back of the neck is long and the arms are heavy beside you. Taking a moment here to come into a sense of stillness in mountain pose. And then we'll start to take a few breaths, some energizing breaths. If you take your hands in front of your low belly with one palm on top of the other, and then as you inhale, bring those hands up towards your heart center, and exhale and turn the palms around and let them just float down. And doing that 3 more times, inhaling up, exhaling down. Imagine as you're inhaling that you're inhaling stillness and relaxation, and as you exhale, you're getting rid of any toxins, any stress areas in the body. Let this be your last one now. And exhale and relax. We'll come into a little bit of a balance here. So bring your feet a bit wider, and we're going to come side to side for a few breaths, just letting the toes of that opposite leg come up, or coming up on the toes from the heel, feeling the leg becoming nice and light. And then if you feel comfortable, you can start to bring that leg up as you come side to side, anchored in one side and light in the other. You could bring your hands onto your hips here. Let's do one more each side. And then come back to standing in mountain pose. From here, we're going to come into a forward fold from the hip creases. So as you bend your knees, let yourself come forward with a straight back, maybe holding on at the elbows with your hands and resting those forearms on your thighs. And then if you wish to go all the way forward, you could let yourself just tip forward so that your tail comes up. You can feel widening in your sits bones, and your arms come over the knees down towards the floor. They could stay here, or you could bring your hands onto the floor. Let your head release down. Taking a breath here. And then to come up, bring your hands onto your thighs, engage at the belly, keep your chin tucked in, and slowly ragdoll yourself up to standing. We'll come into a very simple balance. First of all, bring your eyes onto the floor, onto a spot in front of you, and bring your weight into your right leg. You could be holding on at a wall or a chair or a countertop if you're in your kitchen, whatever is available to you. And then as you come into letting that right leg be strong, come onto the toes of the left leg, and if you feel comfortable, you can bring that left leg up with the foot engaged. You could take your left arm out to the side, and if you feel comfortable, you could lift the right arm as well. Make sure you're breathing. And then inhale that leg out straight, exhale and place it down beside the other. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. This sometimes causes a little bit of stress in the standing leg. And then come back to your mountain pose, bringing your weight into your left leg this time, letting it be strong all the way up to the waist. And then coming on to that right, bringing that right leg up in your own time. Or not. You could leave it down with just the heel up if that's what you would like. If you feel comfortable, you could take that arm away. Taking a couple of breaths. foot straight and place it beside the left and give everything a little bit of a shake. I'm going to come around now to face the chair, and we'll start by just coming up onto tiptoes. So again, with your gaze straight in front of you, inhale up and exhale down. You can use the back of the chair or not, depending on which is most comfortable for you. And this time when you come up on the inhale, if you just exhale and stay up, inhale again, and exhale and bring your heels down to the floor. I'm going to do a little bit of work with the feet. So this is something that we have been doing in class at South Ground. Well, I'm going to just come to the end of my mat and walk up to the chair and back. And first of all, I'm going to do it on tiptoes. So just walking up to the front of to the back of the chair and then going backwards. And then placing one foot directly in front of the other to bring yourself along a straight line. This is, it seems like it would be a very easy thing to do, but not always that easy. And this time when you're coming up to the back of the chair, come up onto the outside edges of your feet. This is all in trying to bring your feet into the movements and recognizing that these feet serve us well. We give them a lot of work to do, and we do need to take care of them. And now come on the inside edges of your feet as you walk back and forth for this last time. And then come back to the back of the chair, and I'm going to go from a downward facing dog using the back of the chair and warrior 3, which means lifting one leg at a time. So with the hands on the back of the chair, you can have the palms on the back like this, holding on, or you could just use the sides of your hands with the palms facing each other. And walk back so that your feet are underneath your hips and there's a long spine from the crown of your head to your tail. There's a bit of an engagement here at the belly to keep the low back safe, and the chin is slightly tucked in so the back of the neck is long. So this is a downward facing dog on the back of the chair. And from here I'm going to go into a warrior 3. So you have to let yourself become engaged with that right leg so that you're standing on the right leg, and then very, very slowly bending the left knee and taking that heel out, keeping the hips nice and level. There's a tendency here to bring that leg up, and then you'll see that the hips become uneven. So the main purpose is to keep these hips level. And then bending that knee in, bringing this foot down, realigning yourself, this time bringing the weight into your left leg. And once you feel strong in that left leg, bending your right knee, taking that heel back behind you, keeping the hips level. Taking a breath here. And then bending that right knee, bringing the foot down, and slowly walking your feet up to the back of the chair and coming back up to mountain pose. So from here we'll come into a warrior 1. Again, you can use the back of the chair if you wish. Bringing your weight into your right leg and leaning forward a bit as you step your left foot back. And so in this pose, the right knee is bent, but the knee is over the ankle, never jutting out to the side. This back foot is at a bit of an angle here, and this leg is straight but not locked at the knee. And here there are choices. You could leave your hands on the back of the chair, you could take them onto your thigh, onto your waist, or you could bring your arms up into the full warrior 1 pose. palms facing each other, softness around your elbows. Taking a breath here. Inhale, hands down, pressing into that back foot. Exhale, coming forward and coming into the other side. So bringing the weight into your left leg, stepping back with your right. Putting everything into position again. Left knee is bent, right foot is at a bit of an angle, the right leg is straight but not locked at the knee. And then deciding where you want to go, hands on the thigh, hands on your hip, or arms up with the palms facing. Taking a breath here. Inhale, hands back to the back of the chair. Exhale, bring that right foot forward. And we are finished for this session. I'd like to read you a poem before I say goodbye. This is a poem by David Whyte, and it's called Blessing for the Light. I thank you, light, again, for helping me to find the outline of my daughter's face. I thank you, light, for the subtle way your merest touch gives shape to such things I could only learn to love through your delicate instruction. And I thank you this morning, waking again, most intimately and secretly, for your visible invisibility, the way you make me look at the face of the world, so that everything becomes an eye to everything else, and so that strangely I also see myself being seen, so that I can be born again in that sight, so that I can have this one other way, along with every other way, to know that I am here.